Hello viewers, you're welcome to another episode of AutoCAD for Beginners. My name remains Vincent Hope, your instructor. Today we're going to be designing two things. We're going to be drawing a ceiling plate of a valve and also a pulley wheel. Okay, so this is how a ceiling plate will look like. Let's scroll down and see how the pulley will, the final product will look like in a pulley. So now let's go to AutoCAD. Now I already have it opened, so I'll just open it up. Let me open the AutoCAD. I have some of the, so this is our ceiling valve, this is our ceiling plate, the ceiling of our plates. Okay, then we have we also have the other one which is already open. This is okay, it's not coming forward. Let me see this. Okay, let me open it from here, file. Okay, see it here, pulley. Okay, so this is our pulley. So we're going to be drawing these two diagrams in AutoCAD, so let's jump right into it. So let's come, let me click file, I'm going to take new because I want a new drawing. I take the template already selected and I click open. So I start with my ceiling plate. So the first tool I'm going to use is the circle tool. So I come to the circle tool here, I click the circle, I click on circle, I come to a point, let me select this point here, I click and I drag to a desired radius. You can measure yours if you decide to, but let me use this, just do a free design. So I use this size, I click and I click. To repeat the command, instead of going to click the circle tool again, I just press enter. It repeats the command. I'm looking for the center I started with, so just go to the edge here. If I go to the edge, you see that the center appears here now, so I can click, come back here and click and drag. Okay, okay, let me try to circle. Okay, then I press enter again. I draw the third circles. I click, I look for the center again, somewhere here, so I click it, I drag. Okay, I think I have 3 circles here. Then I come to a distance, and remember I'm using a free mode, so you can use measurements. I come to this angle here, maybe I use this one here, or let me go to the same line with this center here. So let me move my cursor straight down like this, and I come here and I click here. Okay, sorry, I press enter first, I press escape. So I click, or let me click circle, I click circle again, look at the center of this, so I move to the right here, I click somewhere here, I click, I drag. Okay, let me say to the size, enter, I press enter again, I come to the center here, click, drag to another size, something like this, press enter. So I come to the right side, let me see a measurement here. Okay, I press enter, I select the center tool. Okay, let me start from somewhere here, I click it, I drag, let me see the same size of the other one this side. Okay, press enter, I press enter again, I click the center, I can't find the center, so I just come to the edge, it will show you the center somewhere here. I click it and I come to the center here, somewhere here, and I click and I click again. So I have the 3 different circles, or 3 sets of circles. This one, this is the center one, 2, and this is the third one, 3. So what is the next thing I'm going to use? I will use the pulley line. I click, this is my pulley line. I can use line, but I decide to use my pulley line. I click pulley line, I come here. Okay, look at this place, the quadrant, I click here, I come up here. Okay, see where it snaps at, I click here, and I come down here and I click and I press enter. So it terminates that. And I come here to again polyline again. I click this edge here, click, drag it, come to this point, click, drag it, come to this point, I click, and I press enter. So I'm getting somewhere. So I have a beautiful diagram like this. Now the next thing I will do is to use the trim tool. So as usual, I click the trim tool, the scissors is a trim tool. I click trim tool. So I select this line here, press and select this line here. Then once I come to the middle here, once I select this two, I press enter. Then I come to this point. You see this, it fades, so that means it's going to be trimmed. I click this, it's off. I come to this one, it fades. I click this, it's off. I come to this one, I click this, it's off. I come to this, I click this, it's off. And I press enter. I already now have my seal for my valve. Now what do I do next? I can now add hatches or colors. So I can come to my command here, which is called hatch. I click hatch. Okay, I select any type of hatch pattern. Okay, let me say airborne here. I click it and I come here, select the color of that hatch. Let me take a purple. Okay, I can decide now to come here, click here, go to the sector, this one here, click, and come to this other one here, click, and press enter. So my drawing is getting shape, and I come back, go back to hatch, click hatch, select another design of hatch. Let's say we take the angle, click, select another color entirely. Let me take the yellow color. When I come to this point, I can decide to put it here. No, it doesn't look like nice. Let me check. Okay, let me check which other area I can put it. Okay, it looks here. Let me select another color. Now I select let me contrast it properly. I select the red. Okay, I think red looks better. I press enter. Now I try to do for the other one. Which one? I click hatch again. I select another type of hatch. I want you to see what happens now. So I select, now click, let me say the green. I'm trying to select inside this. Okay, I have selected it. Okay, it's selected. I was thinking that there was an opening that will make it not to create the hatch, because every time there's an opening, the hatch command will not be executed. This doesn't look nice. So let me Ctrl Z and undo it. Let me look for another design, extra, or let me use extra. Okay, let me use another color. Let's say blue, and I come inside here and I click. Okay, this looks more like it. So you can put any color you like. Let's compare it to what we did before. So it's just a variation of colors. Okay, so the one I did before. Now we have this one, which you just did now. Okay, so what is important is knowing how to do the design. So we are done with this. Let's save it. Just press Ctrl S. Ctrl S. You type. You can call it ceiling plates 2. Since we have 1, 2, and click save. Okay, so this is done. This is done. Now let's do the second drawing. I click file again. I click new because I want a new drawing. Okay, and I click open. Now what do I do? I want to draw a pulley, so I start my circle. I click the circle tool. I come to a particular point I want. I click on it. I drag. Okay, let's take the size. Press enter or click. Then you press enter to repeat the command again. Look for the circle. You can't find it, just go to the edge. It will appear. Then you come back you click on it, you go back. Okay, let me say something like this. I think this is okay. Click. Then we click this, press enter to repeat the circle command. You can still find the center point. Come to the edge, it will appear. You click on it. Then we drag to a point. Let's say let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, this point. Then I press enter again. I click this point. I drag. Let me draw something smaller. Okay. Now we have 4 circles here. So what do I want to do? I click on the circle tool again, and I draw a small circle inside here. So I click this point here, click, and I draw a small circle just to make it look beautiful. Okay, now I want this. Then I want to duplicate this around here. So I click the arrow tool. Let me click the arrow tool here. Okay, now the arrow tool is not showing. Okay, let me reduce this. Okay, let me press escape again. Let me see what I can reduce this, because I'm supposed to be able to. Okay, let me move this up a bit so that we can all see what we're doing. Okay, now we have it up a bit. Now I'll come to this command line here. Instead of using the array tool, I'll just type array. If I type array and I press enter, now it said select objects. You see here, select objects. So I come to this inner cycle here and I click on this object and I press enter. Then it gives me 3 options. Rectangular array, which is the one that is being shown here, the path, then the polar. In this circle, we're going to use the polar, so I select polar. Then I now click the center of this cycle here in the inner cycle. I click it. I say, ooh la la. You can see all of them have been cycled around. So I press enter. Now what will I do again? I can now let me take the line tool, and I click the line tool here. Then I take, I drag from here, click here, come to this point. Let's see, I want something that is a bit straight. Okay, I click here, press enter. I press enter to repeat the line tool again. I take from somewhere here, click, come, let me have something straight. Click here and press enter. Okay, so I have something like this. Now I type in array. I want to duplicate this around it, so I type array 2, press enter, select the objects. I select this and I press enter, and I select polar array, select polar, and I select the center of this one too. I click OK, and I press enter. So you see what I have already. Then I already have my diagram, so all I can do now is to put some designs in it. So I can come to gradient. You can either use gradient or hatch. So let me use gradient for this. Okay, for this gradient, this is a gradient that selects blue and yellow. So I can come here and click this, click this, click this, click this, click this, and click this. Press enter. I'm done with that. Press enter again to repeat the command. I can now select another type, or select another type of gradient, or let me use the gradient. Let me just use, okay, let me see, grass. I select a color. Let me say blue or red. Let's say red. I can select in between it. Okay, so I come to this, click here, click inside here, inside here, inside here, inside here, inside here, press enter. I repeat the command again. I select another type. Let me say I select clay. I come back here. I can select green, any color of your choice. I click inside here. I click inside here. Okay, I click inside here. I click inside here, inside here, inside here. Press enter. So I keep on looking for different, press enter again to repeat the hatch. Keep on looking for different kinds of hatches that will help to make my diagram look beautiful. And I select, let me select the color here. I look for maybe purple. I select purple. I select the inner of this, press so that I can still use that for outside here. Okay, so any color of your choice, and you press enter. So this is how to draw, let's see the comparison of what we drew before. Okay, so the other one I drew. Okay, so the first one, I did not color everything. So this is simply how to use AutoCAD to draw both a seal for a valve and a pulley. What are the tools we used? We used the circle tool, we used the polar array tool, we used the polyline tool, we also used the trim tool and the hatch and the gradient tool. So that is it. So if you have any questions on what we have just covered, you can drop your comments on the video and let us know which areas also you want us to cover. So my name remains Vincent Hope. Do have